Adjoint of a matrix. You know adjoint of a matrix?
Yes, sir.
Adjoint of a matrix. Acha. Since adjoint of a matrix, you know, this is A, B, J, A, you know how to do this one. I guess you also know how to find inverse of a matrix. This formula 1 by determinant A, adjoint A by determinant. You have done this one also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember another process of finding the inverse using elementary row operations?
Yes, sir.
Do you know? Can you tell me that? Anyone? What are elementary row operations? Can you tell me? No. Okay. So I
I
guess
can't
if
hear
we,
you. The voice wasn't clear. Can you repeat?
so means can anyone tell me what is this elementary? What are these elementary row operations? This
So
finding the
using so using identity matrix.
it's using identity matrix. You have to make that or the given matrix into identity matrix using some operations. That operations were elementary operations. No, I guess that were elementary operations. So you know that. So what we will be doing? We will be doing this one. We will be doing what? We will be doing this. This is what? This is rank of matrix. This is the new thing that we have. Rank of a matrix. So first of all, what do we mean by the rank of a matrix and why we require this? Okay. See, suppose we are given these equations. X plus y is equal to 1 and 2x plus 2y is equal to 3. This is one equation. You can see that though we have two equations here, but we can reduce the second equation. That means if you multiply, if you take common 2, it's not it's not audible.
It is audible. It's a bit muffled actually. The voice.
Is it so? Now, is it okay?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay. So you can see that if we take 2 common from this side, so this is 2x plus y, this is equal to 2. So we can cancel 2 and we will get x plus y is equal to 1. No, we will get what? X plus y is equal to 1. So what is actually we have? See, though we were given two equations, this one and this one, the first one and second one, but actually the second equation it can be deduced from the first equation only, or you can think that the first second equation is a multiple of the first equation. No, so it means though we have two equations but one of them is deducible from the other, and so we will call that only one of the equation is actually we have. The second one is not what to say second one will not contribute anything in the solution, because the second one and the first one are basically the same thing with a multiple of it. No, so if this type of equations are given, suppose we're given a system of equations, say a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus dot 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 say a1 n x
সুব্রত ভাইয়া, এখন কি
x
ইঞ্জিন নাকি
a1 n
মানে নর্মাল লাইন?
xn is equal to b1,
কি করে
then
বুঝতে হয়?
a21 x1 plus
এখন না ফোন করে,
a22 x2 plus to a
ফোন
2n
করে দেখো না,
xn, this is equal to
ফোন করে
b2.
দেখো।
In this way say suppose m number of equations are given, a m1 x1 plus a m2 x2 plus dot 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 plus a mn xn is equal to bm. Okay, so equations are there. So how can we understand whether means one of the equation can be deduced from the others? Means how can we means how can we is there a way or is there a procedure to find which are actually the independent equations and which are the dependent? Dependent ones means like this one. This was actually only the equation. The second was depending on the first one. So how can we find? So what you can see from this one that these two equations are basically reduced to a single equation x plus y equal to e. It's basically a single equation. So similarly, from here also it may happen. Still join. Here also it may happen that this number of how many number of equations we have? We have n number of equations. It may happen that it reduces to say r number of equations, where r is a number less than n. It can be reduced. It may happen. No, less than equal to n. It may happen. So how to find out that which equations are the independent ones and which are the dependent ones, which can be reduced from the other, which are the independent ones. This can be found using this
এখন কি
using
মানে ইঞ্জিন
this
নাকি
uh,
ইঞ্জিন নাই তো
thing. This is called rank of a matrix. So how it works, we are coming to that later. First, let us see what is how to find rank of a matrix and what is rank of a matrix. It is related to this one only, but today we'll just find what is rank of a matrix or how to define the rank of a matrix. So definition is like this, that definition is like this, that so let A be a non-zero matrix of order n cross. So A is a matrix of order n cross. The rank of A, the rank of A is defined is defined to be R, is defined to be R if R is the greatest, if R is the greatest positive integer, greatest positive integer, such that such that A has at least, such that A has at least one non-zero minor of order. Now, which terms are important here? First of all is minor. I haven't told you about minor because I guess you know what is minor, what are minors and all that. No.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yes,
your
sir.
voice is not clear.
Still now, to
Yes,
rest
sir.
to
Some
all of
people
you.
surrounding the noise.
Yes, yes. What? What?
Hello, sir.
Actually, some voices are coming from the background.
Voices are coming.
It's getting
So is there someone beside you?
Not beside me, but wait,
Yes, a background noise is coming.
let me change the place.
So you are audible, but your voice is not clear.
Now there's no background noise.
Sir is mute.
Oh,
Sir left.
No, no, I'm
No,
there.
he is
Wait,
there.
there. Wait, wait. Okay, now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so what we have done? So A is a non-zero matrix of order m cross n. The rank of A is defined to be R if R is the greatest positive integer such that A has at least one non-zero minor of order R. Okay, so let us take an example. What is this? Very difficult to take these classes right now. Everyone is so busy with these registrations. Have you given your documents to your mentors?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
acha. Let us take this example 135,249. Remember this one, okay? Remember 135,249,578. What is this? 135, then
279,
249.
249.
249,
Yes, sir.
huh?
578.
Forgot.
578.
578, 57. Okay. So what we will be doing, we will be finding minors. Such remember the minors? Do you remember minor of a matrix? Minor of each element.
Yes, sir.
So what is the minor of one? What is the minor of one?
24 minus 20 minus 3.
Minor of one is nothing but this one, no, 4978. This one is the minor of one. So in this we can find the minor of every element. So what we will be doing, we will be finding minors of all possible orders. Now what is the order of this matrix? 3 cross 3. So what we will be doing, we will be first checking the minor of order 3 of this matrix. So minor of order 3 it means nothing but the determinant itself. And we will check whether it is zero, non-zero or not. If it is non-zero, then the rank of the matrix will be 3. If it is 0, we will move to the next order matrix. So let us first check. Tell me first, what is the rank, determinant of this matrix? First, determinant of this matrix.
2958.
Just tell me this 0 or not. Is it coming 0 or not?
No, sir.
No, sir, it's not so.
Achha.
What you got? Hello.
Yes, sir.
What is the value you got? Don't know the value. What is the value you are getting? Value of the determinant.
Sir,
76,
88.
Huh?
76.
Sir, 88.
20, 26, 88 বা
26.
26, 88 আরো কি আছে? No. Okay, whatever it is, I don't think it is 0. No, it is not equal to 0. So since the highest order minor, this is the highest order minor is 3 only because it is a 3 cross 3 matrix. The maximum order minor that you can find is 3 only. So the highest order minor here is 3. So and which is not 0. So we can say that rank of the matrix A, if it is A, rank of the matrix A is equal to 3. I don't think it's clear to you. Let me give you another one which is a rectangular matrix. Let us take this one, say 0, 2, 3, 4, 0, 5, 1, 1 and 0, 0, 0, 0. Now see. Now tell me what is the maximum order minor you can find from this? Maximum ordered minor that you can find from this. 3 cross 3 is the maximum order minor you can find, means you can
So
make
9.
means you can make order of 3 cross 3 only, no, to find the determinant. So maximum
Yes, sir.
ordered minor that you ordered minor that you can get is of order 3. Now of order 3, how many minors you can find? Of order 3, how many minors you can find? One is this one, 0, 0, 0, 2, 5, 0, 3, 1, 0. Another one is this one, 0, 0, 0, 2, 5, 0, 4, 1, 0. Another one is what? 0, 0, 0, 3, 1, 0, 4, 1, 0. And last one is what? 2, 5, 0, 3, 1, 0, 4, 1, 0. Anything other? Is there any other minors there? Minor means
No,
what you
sir.
are doing. What you are doing, you are just taking three all combination of three columns so that you can get them determined. Is there any other possibility? First, second, third done. First, second, fourth done. First, third, fourth done. Second, third, fourth done. Uh, Nothing else. Acha. You find the values of all the determinants and tell me what you are getting. See, every value is zero here. This is also zero. This is also zero. This is also zero. This is also zero. How can we say? Because one of the row or one of the columns is zero. No. So see what you got. Every minor of order 3 are 0. So non-zero you are not getting. So since every minor of order 3 is zeros, so we'll move to the next step. So you didn't get the rank, because if 3 is the rank, then you should get a minor. You should get at least one of the minors to be non-zero. But you are getting all of them 0. So this is not the order. This is not the rank. This is 3 is not the rank. So what we will do, we now move to the next order. Next order is minor of order 2. Minor of order 2. Now minor of order 2 means you have to find this type of orders, this type of determinants, all possible 2 cross 2 determinants. So all possible 2 cross 2 determinants, tell me. The first one, so you can think 2, 0, 2, 0, 5. So this value is 0. We can take this one, 2, 3, 5, 1. So this is what? 2 minus 15, 2 minus 15 is minus 3c, not equal to 0. So you got a minor of order 2 which is not equal to 0. So you don't have to check the other minors of order 2. We just need one minor which is not equal to 0. Since this minor is not equal to 0, which is of order 2, so therefore we can say that yes, rank of this matrix A is equal to. Suppose suppose it happens that all the minors of order 2 are also 0. Then what we will do, we will move to one order minor. One order minors are nothing but the elements itself. And that is very easy to check. No, only if if all the elements are 0, then only it will be 0, otherwise it will be not 0. So in this way we have to check one after another. This is one of the process. But I think you should do one. So do a simple one, tell me. What is the rank of this matrix?
2, I think.
Yes, what? 2.
2.
Said
So
two.
2.
Good. Because the determinant is not equal to 0, so it is 2. Achha, let us take any other one. Say this one. You will do. You will only do and tell me. This is, take your pen and
Sir,
paper. Yes.
sir,
Yes.
if it is equals to zero, then rank will be different.
Obviously, if it is equals to 0, then we'll move to the next order minor. Next order minor means one order. One order means only the elements. So you have to check all the elements as 0 or not. If it is 0, then 0, the order will rank will be 0, otherwise the rank will be 1. So rank 0 will come only if the matrix is, rank 0 will come only if the matrix is a null matrix. Otherwise rank 0 will not come, minimum 1 will come. Okay. Okay, you do this one. 1, 1, 1. 1 minus 1 minus 1, 3, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 3, 1, 1. Do and tell me.
So 2.
2. How?
So it won't be 3 because two columns are same, so it will be 0. And
Good. Very
if
good.
it is 2, then one of the first minor 2 by 2 minor is not 0.
Good. Rank is not equal to 3. And if we take the first minor only, say 1, 1, 1 minus 1, so that will give us what? Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. This is not equal to 0. So therefore, rank is R is. Understood this one, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Easy, I guess. No. What happens
What happens?
if we are given a matrix like this? So in this case, see, this is a 4 cross 4 order matrix. So in order to find the rank, we have to find the determinant of this 4 cross 4 matrix, which is a lengthy task. You know how to find maybe, or there is a process called Laplace method of finding this one. I'll be showing later in the later classes how to find the determinant of 4 cross 4 matrices directly. Then also, since it will be very time consuming to find this determinant of 4 cross 4 order. So you can think, no, it's just 4 cross 4 order. You can get matrices of order 4 cross 5 cross 5, 10 cross 10, 100 cross 100. Obviously, in that case, checking the rank in this process is very difficult. No, checking the rank of this process is very difficult. Why? First of all, finding determinant of that order is very difficult, and then finding minors of all possible orders is a very lengthy task. So obviously, this is not a convenient way to find the rank when the matrices are very large. In for smaller matrices up to order 3, it is okay to find rank using this method. But obviously, when the orders will increase, this process is not that much convenient. For that, what we will be doing, we will be moving to the next portion of this one. This is rank of the matrix. We will be finding again rank of the matrix. Rank of a matrix using elementary operations. Rank of a matrix using elementary operations. Now, first of all, what do we mean by elementary operations? So let us write what is this. So three of the operations in matrix are called elementary operations. So let me write first what are the operations, then I'm explaining why they are called elementary operations. This is what interchange of rows. Okay. Number two, multiplying a constant. In matrix, instead of calling a constant, we call this to be a scalar matrix. In multiplying a constant with a row. Number three, adding a constant multiple of one row with another, adding a constant multiple of one row with another. Now see, why these are called elementary operations? These are called elementary operations because if you do these three operations on a matrix, the property of the matrix does not change. Now you can ask why it will not change. No, you can ask why it will not change. So let us take an example. Suppose you are given an equation like this: x plus y, system of equation x plus y equal to 1 and x minus y equals to 2. A simple system of equation in two variables. Okay, so this is number 1 and this is number 2. So if you write this in matrix, what you will get? This is 1, 1, 1 minus 1. No. including this 1 and 5. You have learned how to write the equations in matrices. Now, suppose we write the second equation first and the first equation change. Will the solution change? Will it change? Is there any effect? No. So if you write the matrix now, what you will get? 1 minus 1 5, and this is 1 1 1. So what you are doing, see this matrix and this matrix, you have just interchanged the rows. So interchanging of rows means you have just changed the equation numbers. Obviously that won't affect the solution. So if interchanging the rows will not affect the solution. So interchange of row is an elementary operation. That means you can interchange row in a matrix. Yes, any question? Any question? No. So we can interchange. The first one is justified that y is a elementary operation. Achha. The next one. So take the same set of equation. X plus y equals to 1 and x minus y is equal to 5. So suppose if we multiply the second equation by any number, say x plus y is equal to 1 is as it is, and we are multiplying the second equation by say 3. So it will be 3x minus 3y is equal to 15. Are they different? Are they different?
No, sir.
Obviously not. Same thing. They are the same thing, just we have multiplied a 3. So what we can do? So if this is the matrix 1 1 1 and this is 1 minus 1 5, this will be what? This is 1 1 1 and this is 3 minus 3 5 15. So what we have done, we have just multiplied 3 with the second row. So that won't affect the solution. So we can multiply any constant or a scalar with a row. So this is another elementary operation. Similarly, I'm not showing the third one. Similar thing you can do, that if you multiply a constant, if you add that with the other row. So let us do that one also. So x plus y equals to 1 and x minus y is equal to 5. Okay, this is one equation, this is one equation. Tell me what is the solution of x and y? What is x and what is y?
X is 3 and y is minus 2.
Minus 2. Achha. I'm fixing the first equation as it is, and what I am doing, I'm multiplying the second first equation by, say for example 2, and then adding this with the second equation. What you will be getting? 2x plus 2y equals to 2, and this is x minus y is equal to 5. If we add this, what we will get? 3x minus y is equal to 7. So let us write it like this: 3x minus y equal to 7. Tell me what is the solution of this?
Same, sir. The 3 and
Same or
minus
not?
2.
Same.
Same. That means what? If you multiply something and add that with the other equations, add or subtract something. If you add or subtract the second equation, the solution won't change. No, solution is same thing. So same thing will happen. So if you multiply a row, and if you multiply a row with some constant multiple and add that one with another row, that will not change. So these three operations, since it is not changing the system of solution, or it won't affect the solution, so we call this three operations to be the elementary operations, and there are certain notations to this is one. This is ri, like this ri rj. This means what? This notation means that you are changing the ith row and jth row, or sometimes by only rij. Rij only means that you have changed the ith row and j. Next one is, you can write this as k into ri. What is k into ri? You have multiplied k with the constant k with the second with the row ri, and this one is, you can write like this, that rj plus kri, rj plus kri. That means you have changed the jth row by adding it, means by adding a constant multiple of the ith row k with rj. So you have to remember notation, and you have to write the this steps. What to say? You have to write these things in every step where you will be using this one. So is it clear with the rank? Sorry, is it clear with the elementary operations?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So much time is there. Let us try to do one problem. The same problem that we have done just now. Let us take this example. So now we are moving to how to find rank. How to find how to find rank using elementary row operation. So let us do this by an example. So let us take this example only just that we have done just now. This is say 1 1 1 1 minus 1 and this is 3 1 1. Okay, this is 3 1 1. So what will be our aim? Our aim is to convert this. Our aim is to convert this into, to try to convert this, not to convert, try to convert this into identity matrix. Try to convert this into identity matrix using elementary operations. Using elementary operations. Okay. So how to convert this? So for identity matrix, the first element should be 1. So this is already 1. So what is the next task? The next task is to make this two elements 0 or not. To make the elements below this 0, so you have to make this one 0 and this one 0. Now tell me how to make the second element 0. The first element is as it is, first row is as it is. How to make this one 0? So we can
C2 equals to
The
C.
subtraction
Subtracting
of the
by
row
rank
matrix.
1.
R2 minus R1, so this is 0, this will be minus 2, this will be minus 2. What we can do with R3? R3 minus 3R1C. Whenever we are doing, means whenever we are making the first column 0 or the elements of the first column 0, you have to use only the first row. You cannot use the other row. Okay, you cannot subtract any other row. You have to use, means you have to make that 0 using that first row only. If you use other row, it will change. So what we will do, R3 minus 3R1, this will give us 0. This will give us what? Minus 2. Again, this will again give us what? Minus 2. Okay. This does give us minus 2. Okay, done. So what is the next task? The next task is to make this element 1 or not. So to make this element 1, what should we do? We should multiply it by minus half. Half into R2. So we are doing nothing with the first and third row. We are just multiplying the second row by minus half. So this will become 0, this is 1 and this is 1. So then since you have made this 1, so what is the next task? Your task is to make this one 0 and this one 0. So to make this one 0 and this one 0, what we can do? Tell me what to do? What to do? We are not doing anything with the first, second row. We are doing this one 0. So how to make this one 0?
R1 minus R2.
R1 minus R2, and for the second one, what should we do? Means for the third row. Okay, first do R1 minus R2 gives us what? This is
2R2
1.
minus R3.
Ulta. R3 plus 2R2. R3 plus 2R2. Always keep that row that we are dealing with, this row in the right hand side. We are dealing this in this one. We are dealing with the first row here, so we have taken this in the right hand side. Here also we are dealing with this one. We are taking this in the right hand side. Means don't subtract R1. Don't do R2 minus R1. That will also give you 0, but that will change this 1 to minus 1. So we'll always subtract that row from the remaining row. Okay, do remember this one. So if you do R3 plus 2 R2, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0 or not.
Yes, sir.
So our task was to make this 1, but since we got here 0, it is not, if you multiply it with anything, it will not become 1. So actually we have completed our process here. We have completed our process here, and we cannot make this equal to an identity matrix. We cannot make this equal to an identity matrix because we got a 0 here. Now see, all the elements in the mm, all the elements in the last matrix, all the elements in the last matrix, we got a form like this. No, we got a form like this. Say 0 0 0 and some elements here. This type of form. The last matrix that we got, we call this to be a row reduced echelon form. Row reduced echelon form. This is the row reduced echelon form of what? This is the row reduced echelon form of the matrix A given. Okay, and from this we can say that rank of A is nothing but the number of non-zero rows, obtained in the row reduced obtained in the row reduced echelon form of A. And what is the number of non-zero rows you got? This is a non-zero row, and the second one is a, sorry, it got disconnected. It's okay, the class is also over. See, the laptop is not there, the screen is disconnected. So see here in the last matrix that you got, which is the non-zero rows here. The first one is a non-zero row, and the second one is a non-zero row. So the first one and second one is the two non-zero rows you got. So the rank of the matrix will be 2. So what will be your task? Your task will be to reduce the matrix into echelon form, and then you have to check how many non-zero rows you got. So that number of rows is what is the number of non-zero rows will be equal to the rank of the matrix. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will do this again. We will do some problems on this again tomorrow. You have a class. We will again do this problem. Okay. More problems on this one. I think that will make it more clearer to this one. I will be sending this to you. I'll be sending this to you, and let's see what we can do. And this week, at least this week, there may be some disruption in the classes because of the registration. Okay, do be aware with that one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.